by Eddie Chikami. FIFA have slammed the door on former FIFA Chief Executive Officer Jonathan Mashingadze, indicating that the dispute between the veteran administrator and his former employers is an internal matter which does not warrant their attention. FIFA Chief Executive Jonathan Mashingadze, who has since been banned by FIFA following allegations of fraud and misappropriation of funds amounting to over $700,000, had sought to lure the World Football Mother Body to fight in his corner. FIFA have also gone a step further and reported the former chief executive to the police, arguing that the extent of his alleged shenanigans are more than meets the eye. Relations between Mashingadze and the current executive led by property mogul Philip Chiangwa have virtually broken down, and the former head of secretariat had sought FIFA's intervention in a rebellion, which he hoped would result in the suspension of the board. Mashingadze has been making a lot of claims alleging bribery, financial scandals, and flouting of the constitution among reasons which his cabal and he believe are reasons enough for FIFA's intervention. He even tried to make sensational claims that Harare property mogul Chiangwa illegitimately assumed power following the revocation of the previous board led by Cuthbert Dube. Mashingadze had requested FIFA to move in and replace the current FIFA leadership with a normalization committee and arrange for fresh elections. However, the World Football governing body through Secretary General Fatma Samura have redirected the administrator to the same football leadership that he is fighting to have disbanded. In snubbing Mashingadze, FIFA told him that his complaints to the world body would actually be best dealt with by FIFA, a development that is a major boost for Chiangwa. As speculation mounted that FIFA would in March hold board elections, Mashingadze and his cronies undertook spirited campaigns discrediting anything that the current leadership has done, while Chiangwa's executive on the part pointed to the poor and controversial management style of the former chief executive as the reason why the association was saddled with a huge $7 million debt. Mashingadze is also claiming salary arrears from FIFA which the football mother body have disputed. But for all the pleas forwarded to them, FIFA, in their acknowledgement letter to Mashingadze, stated that FIFA were in good standing to run their own affairs without any interference from outside forces. Following an analysis of the content of your letter, we have to inform you that this issue seems to be a purely internal matter which should be assessed and resolved in accordance with the statutes and regulations of the Zimbabwe Football Association as well as the pertinent laws at national level. Such a suit does therefore not come under the remit of FIFA, and we are, as a consequence, not in a position to intervene on your behalf. Finally, we kindly draw your attention to the fact that this information is only of a general nature and therefore without prejudice to any decision that any competent body of FIFA may be called to pass in this or similar matters in the future. We thank you for taking note of the above, wrote Samura, FIFA Vice President Omega Sibanda, flanked by the Soccer Mother Body's board member. Finance Philemon Makana told a media conference on Monday that Mashingadze should stop commenting about football issues since he has been banned. Sibanda said FIFA were in a strong position to run their affairs, including holding elections set for this year. The Bulawayo businessman also stressed that the FIFA board was united and have enjoyed sound relations with the Secretariat, as well as the superiors at the Sport and Recreation Commission, Confederation of African Football, COSAFA, and FIFA, the Congress, and FIFA executive. We are one force. If we had issues, the Congress has got the right to complain. If we had issues, any member of the executive committee can stand up and say that I am not happy with how we are running football. I can authoritatively tell you that we are one football family led by Dr. Chiangwa. We are very happy working together. We are tackling these issues to do with football as a family, Sibanda said. Mashingadze had no moral standing to blame the current executive for the ills bedeviling the game. Mashingadze had two stints as the association's chief executive between 2004 and 2016, and Sibanda said he owed the nation an explanation on how the association found themselves $6 million in the red. Sibanda said the current board had done the best to contain the debt situation, adding that FIFA have since been declared bankrupt and unable to continue as a going concern. It is very saddening that some of the sources in the media reports are people who were conflicted and who in the past sacrificed the sacrosanct values of the game. I am talking about Mashingadze, whom you all know. He was there when FIFA accrued all these debts together with his accounts department led by him. They created this. How do you continue borrowing against a background of a debt of $6.5 million? How do you continue writing letters of acknowledgement of debts knowing that you don't have sources of funds? Is that good corporate governance? We have since reported Mashingadze to the police, and the police are doing the duty. Mashingadze's articles, together with the letters written in 2015 and signed by Ndumiso Gumid, were all dismissed by FIFA and said FIFA is in good standing. FIFA people have come here to check on our accounts and they said we are okay, said Sibanda. And just to buttress that FIFA are in good standing with FIFA, the world body turned their backs on the chief architect of the rebellion against the current board, the Herald.